plug the session, and you guys are on the email list, so you've seen quite a bit of it. But more art, more photography will be sold in the month of November than any other month of the year. It's not even close. It has primarily to do with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then people getting ready and shopping for Christmas. And so most artists and photographers don't take it seriously, think it's not a big deal, think it doesn't apply to them, or decide they're going to do something way too late when they thrown the effort in, and they don't profit from the potential. But there's not a single solitary month you would rather be selling art or photography than the month of November. So there's still time to get your house in order, do some pre-marketing, and be prepared to run a proper show. Okay, while you guys are contemplating whether or not you've got questions in the chat, Sarah asked, how long does the live art show go? There's no set length, Sarah. It can be 30 seconds, or it can be an hour, or it could be 30 minutes, or it can be 10 minutes. They're sort of like, the way I like to think of it is like, it's kind of like the game of golf. Like, you have to play golf. There's a bag full of clubs. Each one has a different purpose. Live art shows can kind of be like that. I mean, you could have a flash sale that's like really short and sweet, or you could have, one where you're introducing a new series, and you're doing a bunch of Q&A, and it could go long. So there's no specific, ideal length per se. In Nadezda, your name sounds very Persian to me. How do you get the text on the bottom? It's software. Yeah, Nadia. It's software. And I would say early on, I'll unmute you so you can tell me how to really pronounce that name.
Just Nadia.
Just Nadia.
And do you actually provide it?
No,
it's
third party. It's third party. The streaming software anyway. But you don't really need it early on. Early on, you just need this, right? You just use this thing and you go for it. And then as you get a little bit more sophisticated with it, like you've done like 5 or 6 of them, and then you can hit all of the various different venues, meaning Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all at the same time.
Mm-hmm. But all of this is going to be taught and explained and shown as a part of the program, correct?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
And is it a Persian name, just out of curiosity? Looks Persian. I'll have to unmute you again. I don't know.
Yes, it's Nadia. And somehow it shows my full name. Just Nadia, Nadia.
Got it. Cool. Thank you. Okay, someone else had a question. Yeah, Lauren, Lauren's asking if it works for jewelry. It doesn't matter really at the end of the day what you're selling, right? Like, if you're in the creative sphere, in the creative space, like, our software is more or less custom geared toward selling wall art, right? Like that's like where a lot of our bells and whistles are. But in the grand scheme of things, like we're also just an e-commerce software. So you can sell anything, and people do, right? People sell classes, and they sell books, and they sell merch, and all sorts of various different things. But regardless of what type of creative you are, your biggest problem is the marketing problem. And that's everyone's biggest problem on this entire, entire call, right? And until you fix that and you start getting better at that, and you start getting better at that week in, week out, the business does not change. Nothing changes. So that's really the entire thing. And so it doesn't matter whether you're selling jewelry or you're selling wall art. Your biggest problem is how are you going to get eyeballs on, both, right? And so, yeah, that's what I would say the ball game is. Okay. Cheryl's asking, what artist content is the most compelling during a live show? Yeah, Cheryl, there's not really, and I'll unmute you too so you can ask a follow-up. There's not really any like one be-all, end all, this is the number one way to do it. All other ways are not as good. Like you can do anything. You can show off your work. You can show off your process. You can just talk. Like, there's the concept of a live art show where you're actually holding the work, talking about it, merchandising it, and selling it. There's that. But even just live broadcasts for the sake of live broadcasts are like really, really compelling as well. So, it's a situation where I know nobody wants to do them. I know nobody wants to be on video. I know everyone hates being on video, but they're extremely effective at marketing. So I have to like poke and prod and harass and encourage and bribe and everything that I've got in my arsenal to get my customers to do it. And after they do the first one, they're like, oh, that was great. That wasn't that bad. And I was like, yeah, now go do 100 of them. Go do 100 of them. You literally cannot do enough of them. They're extremely, extremely effective. And it's like, everyone's like, oh gosh, it's so difficult. Like, how could I possibly do one? And I'll show you. It's Friday. I've got a metal print right here. Okay. I think I should start selling the metal prints. Let's just say that I had, 20 of these sitting around. So, okay, if that's the case, here's the phone. It's connected to Instagram. I'm going to press the plus sign. I'm going to go live. And I'm not waiting. I'm doing it right now. What's up, Instagram? I'm here displaying just how easy it is to do a live broadcast on Instagram. And in addition to that, how easy it is to have a flash sale on metal prints for no other reason than it's on Friday and I'm in a good mood. So for anybody that sends me a DM on Instagram in the next such and such minutes, I am willing to let go said metal prints that would normally be X that I'm going to let go for Y. All you have to do is send me a DM here on Instagram. Thanks. That was just demonstration purposes, Instagram, but thank you. You see how quick that was? And it doesn't need to be even more thought out than that. You can go that quickly and you could just have a flash sale just like that because it's Friday and you're in a good mood, right? So that's quite literally how easy it is. Now, there's a little bit of tactical stuff that you want to do before, during, and after. But the good news is that after this whole thing is done, why didn't I have this page up? I should have this page up so I could show you. Bear with me. So after this thing, because you guys all registered whatever and went through the little process to register and get into this thing, I'm going to have your email address on record. And what I'm going to send you. All right, here we go. Hold on, it's here somewhere. I got to find it. All right, get that off, get this up. So I'm going to send you some sort of a page that looks like this. And on here is a link that's going to say how to run live art shows, a quick start guide. And this thing's like, it's a 2-pager, okay? On the front page is, it walks you through sort of the why live art shows are so popular, why they're so effective. I give you some real artists with their real social followings that ran them. You get to see little previews of their show so you can see how they did it, what theirs looks like, right? Some of the things that they're talking about, And then down here at the bottom, there is download the guide. Download the guide. Read it and run your first live art show. So all you have to do is click this thing. And then the second page is like the hardcore tactical, how to do this step by step, right? The equipment you need, inventory and pricing, how to get paid, where to stream the show, the actual show, what to do before, during, and after. And then I think I included a bunch. Yeah. I included a bunch of shows down here from like start to finish.
It's about to get started.
Whole complete ones. And you'll realize like all these people are just completely normal people. They look just like you. They don't have any